Hello, everyone, and welcome to another post-game live stream podcast. Still not sure what we're calling this, but it is the Missing Lynx. And I'm your host, Andrew Dukowitz, beat reporter for ZoneCoverage. I cover the Lynx, Wolves, and now Gophers women's basketball team.
Oh, nice.
Right? And you heard him already. That's Sneaker Reporter, the Travis Singleton, on the pod tonight. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I appreciate you for having me on. And man, I feel like I always get on everybody's podcast after a loss. I don't know what it is, but we got to fix that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like you are cursed and you're hopping on podcasts and leaving towns right before they win championships, or if it's just like you need to do more podcasts, but like something has to change.
Something has to change. I'm at this point, I think it's to do more podcasts, pretty much. So I just got to bank on that.
You used to do something kind of like this for
for sure.
The Celtics, right?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we had CLNS radio where we used to do the podcast for that, and then on top of that, I mean, I even had the sneaking in sports, excuse me, where I was doing stuff with that. But then it's not everybody's Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes it. Look. Sometimes it takes some time to grow. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes I got my hands all over the place. So that's a whole nother thing.
Well, I have followed the Sneaker Reporter style. So I will say thank you for, I didn't realize this was going to be like an emotional thing at the beginning of the podcast, but thank you for being an awesome mentor. Thanks for people that don't know, Travis is stuck next to me. Oh God, every Lynx game and like a third of the Wolves games. So like we end up having to talk to each other quite a bit. And Travis is a big reason why I am where I am right now, because I have full disclosure stolen his style of humanizing athletes.
Nah, man, I appreciate it, man. At the end of the day, I mean, I look at it as like a compliment. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's crazy because when I started doing that, like, video in the locker rooms and stuff like that back when I was in OKC, like, everybody would kind of look at me like I was funny, but like fast forward 10 years now, and it's like, it's a big deal now. Everybody's doing it, at the same time. It's all about just making sure that you get the content out to the people that really want it, and you're doing a great job of that. Continue to do it. I'm watching. I'm here along the journey. And like I said, if you need anything, let me know. I mean, you already got all the sponsors on the right-hand side, man. This just going crazy, man.
It is wild to officially say that I am paid to talk about basketball. That is a sentence I never thought I would say, and a very obvious humble brag for the people joining into the live. But it is wild how far just putting out content that I always wanted as a fan. Like, this is the stuff I always wanted. Charity events, asking Cheryl if she's going to dye her hair pink. Like, those are the things I always wanted to know. So I'm glad there's a bunch of basketball sickos like me. Speaking of sponsorships, while people are joining in here, before we get into the Liberty game, let's cut to a quick ad read. When we come back, we'll just kind of break down our key takeaways and go from there. Well, hello. Thank you. Maybe. Well, hello. Well, hello. Thank you. Or maybe we won't go to an ad read. And we're back with another ad read. This time for Pence Homes, the presenting sponsor of Hitting the Hardwood Network. From the best tools and technology to transparency throughout the entire process, Nate Pence and the Pence Homes team is the top choice for buyers, sellers, and is proud to support you and your home ownership goals. Get started today by calling 612-308-1122 or by emailing info@pencehomes.com. So, Travis, a couple years ago, you noticed a guy sitting courtside in a throwback Wolves Christmas trees Nafisa Collier jersey. And that very man is that sponsor, Nate Pence. So shout out Nate Pence for the sponsorship. Travis, you like free things, right?
I do.
So Nate Pence right now, gentleman that was just on the screen, he'll be in the show notes for people listening to this tomorrow, is offering up a pair of free Lynx tickets to one of the remaining games of this season. The only thing you have to do to get entered in for those tickets is to call Pence and his team to set up a consult to, buy, sell, look into different properties. You don't have to buy or sell. It's not a timeshare, but you do have to sign up for a meeting, mention Hitting the Hardwood Network, and you automatically get entered into those tickets. And that's all it takes. I am imagining there are not going to be thousands of people signing up to have a realtor talk to them about buying or selling a home. So your odds of getting those tickets are probably better than like winning the Powerball. So if you want to go to one of the last 4 Lynx games, Nate Pence is certainly someone that you could get hooked up with. Again, all you have to do is call or email him, set up a visit with him, consult, if you will, and then you are automatically entered for those tickets as long as you mention the Hitting the Hardwood Network or any of our individual podcasts, Lynx Happy Hour, Missing Lynx, or Hitting the Hardwood. Travis, so I just want to kind of throw it over to you. So Liberty finally get one over the Lynx, 85-75. It seemed like this was a game where the Lynx really struggled for most of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
It did not seem like it was even a 10-point loss, yet the Lynx were only down by 4 with like 3 or 4 minutes left and still had a chance. What were your overall thoughts of the game in general?
Real quick, Nate, I need a house, man. So I don't know if I can win the tickets, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Look like I'm gonna be here for a little while. So we're gonna have to talk. But anyways,
is that a sneaker reporter exclusive that Minnesota has finally won him over into buying a house?
that's an exclusive right there.
Okay.
For sure. So Nate, we gotta talk, man. We follow each other. We gotta talk. But anyways, back to what you was talking about. I think the biggest thing was obviously we knew JJ was gonna come out strong, and then the whole rivalry thing, and even with them talking about, oh, we heard what, Natisha said, yada yada. So you knew there was gonna be some fuel to the fire with this rivalry, but at the same time, they just came out flat. Like Cheryl said, the team came out flat. She didn't even know if they wanted to play the way that they were playing, so I think when you come out that type of way, it's tough to really get things going, especially when, John Quell got it going. I mean, Sabrina, I'm honestly amazed by her playmaking ability. Like I know she's a straight up shooter, but her game is so fluid, and it was one of those things that I guess it honestly caught them off guard. A lot of those backdoor cuts and different things, and when you look up, you're like, oh, now we got to catch up, right? So I think when you come out flat like that, it's really tough to go up that hill. But the thing that bothers me the most is that people want to bring up, oh, well, Brianna didn't play, oh, Stu, Fee didn't play. At the end of the day, we're not going to know what both of these teams are until they're both healthy. So at the end of the day, we can talk all this smoke and do what we want the whole time, but we're not going to know what these teams are until we get feedback and they get Brianna back, and everybody has a full roster to really figure out what they're doing. But one of the things I will say that I was really impressed with was Natisha, just the way she came out. Very professional, just very calm, cool, collected. When they needed the spark, she came in and gave them exactly that. And this bench continues to grow, and I'm impressed by them. But you got to also factor in when K-Mac's not getting it going. That's another thing too. So overall, obviously it's a loss, but I don't count it. This is one of those losses where it's like, okay, we still don't have Fee, they still don't have Brianna. We'll meet you down the road. That's pretty much what this is. We'll see you when we need to see you.
And that's kind of the feeling I got from Court and T in the post game presser was just like, listen, we beat them 3 times in a row. Like they're gonna bring it. And it didn't sound like the Lynx necessarily. I mean, Cheryl's always pretty critical of their effort level. I hate calling out like players' effort because like I just don't know.
Yeah.
But when Cheryl's sitting there saying like it didn't look like we wanted to play today, I feel like she has a pretty good read on the team if they're efforts there. I mean, also like you said, K-Mac, when she's shooting, what she finished 2 for 9.
Yeah.
Court at one point shot 3 for 15 before Court kind of got going in the second half. But when you don't have Fee and your 2 shooters are kind of falling off a cliff, it makes it really hard to beat anyone. And it's
For sure.
I'm not a big moral victory guy, but they were only down 4 with like 5 minutes left. That is kind of impressive.
It's impressive. I mean, what is, I don't know what their nickname is. I forgot what it is, Sap Quell or whatever.
Yeah.
But both of them got it going. So when you have 2 starters that got it going, and then you have 2 starters that are struggling and they start late, it's really tough, man. So I think overall, like you said, you could take it as a moral victory if you want to, but this team still has to continue to grow, and they're finding it. And the thing is, they're finding themselves without Nafisha Collier, which is just unheard of in my opinion. But I mean, the things that this team that they're doing, it's tough to dwell on one game like this when you know that Fee's coming back soon, and the teams aren't there. That's the thing that bothers me the most, because they're not 100% healthy.
Well, and I think both teams have talked about kind of the schedule being, I don't want to say like dumb, because that's probably oversimplifying it. But the way that the WNBA picked the schedule out, where they're playing 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's hurt, they're missing all of the games. And unfortunately, we really didn't learn anything from these series.
No.
I think if you're a Lynx fan, you can look at it and go, I don't know how the triple big lineup of Stewart, Jones, and Meesman is going to be able to guard the Lynx kind of ball movement and fluidity. But if you're the Lynx, and if you're a Liberty fan, I guess you could say, how are the Lynx going to be able to like rebound or do anything when we have so much size on the court? But we really don't know any of those answers because people were missing in these games.
For sure.
So in a way, it's almost like the fans got robbed more than anything else by the league's scheduling of these two. Cole mentions here in the chat, I'd love to get your thoughts on it because we both cover the Wolves. Cole says, Courtney reminds me of Anthony Edwards, always eating their words. Just be quiet and beat them. I just wonder, what is your thought on the trash talking side? Because Court does talk a lot, just like Ant does.
Yeah. I like it because she backs it up. Right? It's one thing if you're talking and you don't back it up, but when you talk it and you back it up and you're actually hitting big clutch shots in moments when the team needs you, then it's kind of like I can do this. So she had to swallow her pride tonight and take the L, and like she said, we're gonna take it on the chin. But I do like the fact that she's trying to take these shots and she's actually talking that talk because she's letting people know we're not scared of you. We don't have Fee, but that don't mean that they don't got me. And that's exactly what it is. So she need to take that and phrase it. Actually, we ain't got Fee, but we got me.
That's a t-shirt. Marketing.
That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt right there. But what do you think though?
I love the trash talk. It's one of my favorite things about the NBA
game,
or
sports.
WNBA.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the era I grew up in is, the Allen Iverson talking constantly or Jason Kidd talking constantly. And like the point guard is the biggest trash talker on the team a lot of times. I also think like if you tried to bottle that up for Courtney, I don't know if she would like pop a blood vessel or something because like that is so much ingrained in like her DNA of just talking throughout the entire game. And the Lynx don't really have anyone like that. I mean, Fee doesn't really talk. K-Mac once in a blue moon. T talks a little bit, but like you do kind of need that one person hyping everybody up. And I would much rather have it be like Courtney, someone who consistently backs it up than a player that, doesn't back it up as much. We have a couple more questions in the chat here. I'm going to try and run one more ad read if this will work.
Okay, go for it.
Fan questions here.
Okay.
Well, hello. Thank you, live stream Andrew. This is ad read Andrew. And today we have Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, the presenting sponsor for the Missing Lynx podcast. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling strives to inspire people to follow their ideas, working with respect and understanding to create a quality, tailored result. Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, located in Blaine and serving in the North Metro area, is here to help you with your building and remodeling needs. I can say personally, thanks to Firehawk Construction and Remodeling, I have a beautiful deck in my backyard and countless projects that I started, they finished. Get started on your new deck or remodel today by calling Isaac at 710-5686. So, Travis, when you buy that house with Nate Pence and you need to put a deck on that house,
Yeah.
MB asks in the chat over on Twitter, do you guys think Lan has a real shot at Defensive Player of the Year? I hope so. I'll just throw that one to you, Travis. Do you feel like she has a realistic shot at it?
She should, but I feel like the way that it's looking, I don't know. Realistically, I mean, if you look at all the defensive stats, I mean, for her this year alone, I mean, defensively, she's been the anchor. So you would think if you're the anchor of the best team in the whole W, right, you should get some recognition. I mean, the blocks alone has just been ridiculous. I mean, breaking records. I mean, it for me. I feel like it's going to be a popularity type of contest when it comes to this. Unfortunately, where last year you had Fee who really deserved it and got it, but this year there's so many bounce back players, and I think the W's probably gonna shift to the left when it comes to Land, even though she deserves to be in that conversation every single night. But what do you think? Am I right or wrong?
I think Lan, there's a world where she wins it, but it's not going to be like she's running away with the award. Like if she wins it, it's going to be she just barely sneaks it out.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think Asia's probably going to get a lot of love for
that's where I'm
that.
at. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
When you're looking at the Lynx, like they are such a defensive powerhouse where you can sit there and go like, well, Fee's on that team, K-Max on that team, Dejanay's there, Court's a solid defender, Bridget's a really good defender. There's so much around her, whereas I mean Vegas just, if Asia isn't playing for Vegas right now, they're not even close to a playoff team. I mean, and the fact that they're even somewhat competent on defense is almost all Asia. So I do think Asia has a really good claim on it too.
That's where I'm at with it too. I think that's why I said the popularity route.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where like Asia is going to be deserving of it. Like if she ends up winning it, I think she will have earned it.
Yeah.
Godfrey had a couple messages over on YouTube. 7 of 19 brutal. That's in regards to Courtney Williams field goals. And then Dukowitz had another great game. Travis, what have you thought of Masha so far? Because she doesn't get a ton of minutes.
Yeah.
But anytime she does, it seems like good things happen.
No, for sure. I mean, she's impressed me with the 3-point shot this year for sure. Didn't even know that was in the arsenal.
Same. I missed that memo.
I missed that too.
The first one, and I was like, no. And then it went in, and she's been hitting them ever since.
Hey, keep shooting if you're gonna make them. That's how I look at it. But no, honestly, she's been a really good help, especially when they're playing against big size in the paint. JJ. Even when when they had Kalani Brown earlier in the season. I mean, she's been able to help balance things out with Jess, where she can give that length and the extra body to help out, but then other people are grabbing rebounds and starting offense. So she's been really good. You could tell like the chemistry with the team. She's gelling perfectly. She knows her role. Like when she comes in, she's like, okay, all right, I got to defend, and if they give me the open shot, I'm taking it. And that's pretty much where she's been at all year, and it's working. I love what she's bringing to the table, and definitely learning a lot more about her game as it goes. But like I said, that 3-pointer, we both looked at each other like, what in the world is going on? So
it's yeah, I did not know she had a distance shot in her game, not even a mid-range shot. I when we signed her, it was kind of advertised of like, oh, she'll be an interior defender. She's pretty good around the rim, but then she's been shooting threes and making them.
Oh, for sure.
I did want to transition to the games on the horizon, though, because the schedule doesn't really get easier. They go to Atlanta, and then they have a away home back-to-back against Indiana, and 3 games in 4 nights, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. We saw Fee on the bench last week or earlier this weekend. All of my days are bleeding together, man. The last Liberty game, we saw her on the bench without the walking boot. We saw her again on the bench without a boot tonight.
Yep.
I guess just what are your thoughts on the upcoming schedule? And then how close do you think Fee is to being back?
The schedule's not nice to the Lynx right now, but have they complained all year? No, right?
Mhm.
They've just showed up and done what they're supposed to do. So I think they got a tough stretch right here. I think this Fever series is gonna kind of really let us know what we need to know. I hope they took it personal with that Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah.
Because they came in here and we were sitting there. They came in there and slapped them up a little bit. So especially Natasha Howard, she was going crazy.
Yep.
But so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do on this stretch right here. And I think the thing about the beauty about the situation with Fee is they're winning.
Yep.
So you don't have to rush her back. It's not like they're on a 4-game skid where you're like, all right, we gotta Fee, you gotta hurry up. So this is one of those situations where I don't really think you rush her back until she's pretty much 110% healthy. And honestly, the way that Courtney's been picking up the slack, K Mac, even Letitia, like everybody's stepping up. So the way that they're playing, I think that allows you more opportunity and time where you'll be able to, be like, all right, we don't have to rush her back. As in, if this was a couple years back, you're like, hey, Fee, hurry up, so hey, hurry up. We got Fever coming, so it's a little different now. What's your take on the MVP race, though? I am very curious right now because obviously Fee's sitting down, and Asia's just like, don't forget about me.
Yeah, the MVP thing is interesting to me because I dug into it a little bit, and like Fee is missing, she is missing games. And if you look back over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, the player that wins the MVP only misses like 2 or 3 games tops, which it makes me wonder if the voters, how they're going to value it if Fee ends up missing 10 games and Alyssa Thomas only misses 5, or if Fee
Yeah,
misses 10 games and Asia only misses 4. Like, is that extra 6 games that Fee was out going to be kind of kind of weighted against her, or if it's going to be something where because Fee is having a historic season that they just overlook it. And
yeah,
that's where I just don't know. I mean, it's not like the NBA where if you don't play 75% of the games or whatever, you just can't win an award.
yeah.
And I think Fee has definitely earned it. Like,
Hmm.
she is the best. She has the top ranked defensive rating in the league among starters, and she's leading the league in scoring. She does everything for this team. I think the Lynx winning without her is honestly more of like a, Courtney stepping up and just Cheryl Reeves like system that she runs, where you could almost put anyone at these positions as long
Yeah,
as they play good defense and they'll
yeah,
grit out wins. I mean, when Fee comes back, I do kind of expect her to go on a tear though, because
yeah.
I think the thing that's been underreported is she just hasn't been healthy all season. I mean, between
She's
the
been
knee
banged up. Yeah,
hit, the back, the shoulder, and now the ankle, we might be seeing Fee the healthiest she's been all year when she comes back.
that's
Um,
true. That's true.
that being said, if Asia keeps just winning games and she ends up dragging that Vegas team to you know, a home court playoff team, and she plays 6 more games than Fee, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if she won it, but I'd be a little disappointed because Fee's season has just been so great. How about you?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I think the thing that I think that the voters will look at is the fact that the Lynx have been winning without her. So it's like, how valuable can you be if the system is working, right? Like Cheryl's system is amazing,
Yeah.
right? But then I don't want them to like tamper the voting because Fee's not there. Like, oh well, see, they can win without Fee. No, that's not the case. Like Fee brings them to a whole nother level, and that's what I want the voters to look at. As in,
Yeah.
like you said with Asia, she's their whole damn team. Once plumbing them leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Jewel Lloyd is not Jewel Lloyd of 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So The fact that
I
she's
think she
dragging
went
that
0
team.
for 10 against the Lynx the last time they were here,
Yeah.
and that's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough to
So
watch.
yeah, she's not the same. And the fact that Asia's like she's putting up 30 and 20, I mean, it's getting ridiculous out here. So she has to do that in order for them to win by 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that Fee has it sewed up. I've said it online. I think that it's locked up in my opinion. I mean, from what she did without when she's on the court, she's the best undeniable. So that's just where I'm at with it. So I totally agree with you.
I think it's gotten closer to where Fee isn't going to be like a unanimous MVP.
Yeah, it's
If
not
I had to
unanimous
put
now.
money
Yeah,
on it, I'd say Fee still wins it. But I think there's at least an argument for Asia now. I'm not as bought into like the Alyssa Thomas side of
me
it.
either.
Like I understand the triple doubles. I understand how valuable she is to the Mercury. I just I think she's having a really good season. It's just not Fee Asia level dominance
Yeah,
where you're sitting there going, okay, we have one job and it's to stop Fee or Asia, and it doesn't work,
yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, the triple doubles are amazing. Like everything that she does on the court, she's one of the most pure basketball players in the game. I mean, from a perspective where she could do it all. So,
Mhm.
you need somebody that can do it all, and she's definitely doing it.
Marie asks just about BC, and I'm going to throw this one to you, Travis, because I feel like you and me sometimes get a bad rap for being critical on BC. So I'm going
Nah,
to let
that's
you
you.
handle it.
No, that's you alone. I love BC. I'm not a part of that crap. I love
I
BC.
will fight until I die. I genuinely really like BC as a player and as a person. Her missing shots has been tough though.
Yeah.
Marie asks though, BC's reduction in minutes affecting her confidence since Seattle seems to either be reluctant to shoot or rushing her shots. The only context I'll add before I throw it over to you, Travis, is
Yeah.
every post game when we ask about BC, Cheryl talks about one, how important she is to this team just as like a veteran chemistry person, and two, how Cheryl has to basically beg her to shoot the ball 10 times a game. And that hasn't changed since I've been covering the team. I mean, Cheryl was saying that stuff last year too. But what are your thoughts on BC? Do you feel like she's a little more hesitant?
I feel like, the second half of the season, I feel like she's been more aggressive. I mean, even, Cheryl said they're trying to get her over 10 shots a game. I mean, they've been damn near hitting the mark. So I think she just needs to be more aggressive. I love how this is the thing that people don't understand about BC, right? Like if the shot's not falling, then she's grabbing rebounds. She's
Yep.
defending now. Like she's picking it up in other areas that we didn't see in the past, and that's where her game is growing. And she's making winning plays, right? BC gets on the court, she's making winning plays. So you have to look at it from that perspective. With the shot, obviously, there's gonna be times when you're rushing your shot because you're thinking, "Am I open? Am I not open? What should I do? Should I pass? Should I do this?" I think that with Fee being out of the lineup right now, I think it's giving everybody the confidence because now when Fee comes back, you're going to be in a position where you're like, oh, I'm already used to having the ball. I'm already used to doing this. I'm already used to doing certain screens and rolls and drop cuts and different things like that. So I think this is going to help her. And I've always been a fan of BC since day one. So I think it's just more so her being able to find her fitting when Fee gets back. I think that's going to be more of the challenge because it's like when Fee was there, she wasn't as aggressive that first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Second half of the season, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the vacation, or maybe Cheryl was just like, "Hey, look, BC, we believe in you. Come on, let's get it going." But even when K Mac talked about BC, she's like, "Hey, we're shooting all the time. Like this is what we do." So when you have your teammates and your coaches support, you can go as far as you want to go.
I do think with BC too, the one thing that's kind of hurt her with Fee being out of the lineup is, BC is someone that they need to be intentional to get involved in the offense. And although Courtney is like an awesome pick and roll player, although she's like racks up the assists and she has these games where she looks just awesome, she doesn't have that mindset yet of like a pure point guard where she's
Yeah,
going, BC hasn't touched the ball in 3 possessions. I got to just get it to her on a
yeah,
handoff and let her run a pick with Lan. And BC's just going to run the pick and probably throw it back to me anyways. But I think Fee has more of that mentality where Fee will get it out on the top of the perimeter and kind of usher BC into the play so that BC can at least touch the basketball. And then I do feel like the spacing for BC has changed a little bit since Fee has been out too. Because a lot of times when you're looking at this Lynx roster, it's almost like, who do you leave open to double team Fee when she's inside? And it's usually Lan or BC. You can't leave Cord open because she's going to drive at you. You can't leave K-Mac open. She's too established. Yeah. And now that they're not having to double as much, I think BC's been struggling a little bit with that. For sure. But I have I have literally no questions about BC. Like, when playoffs start, she's going to be ready. She's going to play awesome defense. She's going to get rebounds. She play makes better than she gets credit for. And at some point, she's going to have one of those games where she goes 5 of 7 from 3 and it swings the whole thing. Travis, I'm gonna end this one on some love for you. KJ over on YouTube. Travis, now I finally know who you are. I follow you on all your socials and love your work and insights. You have been like one of the OG Twitter follows for a lot of basketball fans, you know. Yeah. If people don't know, where can they find your written work and how can they contact you or interact with you?
Hey, I appreciate you, KJ. Means a lot to me, man. And you can find me at SneakerReporter on everything. Twitter, Instagram, SneakerReporter.com. You can check out the writing on there. We're gonna have some NFL stuff going. We got some WWE stuff coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming. So just stay tuned. Sneaker Reporter, pretty much everything. And we got some partnerships coming up. So a lot of big announcements coming for the Sneaker Reporter brand that we got to, you know, get going and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to a couple of endorsement deals we got going right now. So for this upcoming season, won't really see me in too much Nike or Adidas. You know, I will say that. So we got some stuff coming up. So
are you finally caving in and coming to the Under Armour brand?
No. Ooh. We're going overseas. Yeah. So, but you know, it's all about partnerships, brands, and you know, building up that, you know, that legacy, right? And being able to, you know, have something established. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been following me, man. It's been a journey since 2012. So I've had my Twitter account. And I appreciate everybody that's been following. And Andrew, keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you too, man. And you keep putting that battery in my back. You know, sometimes, you know, I'll be like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I'll see you post something and I'm like, all right, I got to get up. All right, let me do this. So I appreciate you for that too. We need that. We need that.
I am a glutton for punishment. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's putting way too much time into work. So thankfully, I have friends like you, a wife like my wife, and people that keep supporting me on too. So I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
For the 300 plus people that have swung by the live here, either on YouTube or X, appreciate all of you guys. This is why we're doing this. Lynx fans deserve content. I mean, I've been kind of saying it since I got here on the beat of, you guys are, in my book, the best fans, not just in the WNBA, but like the best fans. You guys are absolute diehards, and you deserve a couple podcasts to listen to while you're going to work.
Definitely appreciate the Lynx fans, man. They brought me in, and you know, I was an outsider coming in, and now, you know, we're here now.
All right. Well, thank you, Travis. I appreciate you, man. And this will get posted tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. if anybody is coming into the very end of the live stream. But until the next time, go Lynx.
Go Lynx.